Proverbs chapter 14. Go from the presence of a foolish woman. A true witness delivereth souls. Righteousness exalteth a nation. Every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands. He that walketh in his uprightness feareth the Lord, but he that is perverse in his ways despiseth him. In the mouth of the foolish is a rod of pride, but the lips of the wise shall preserve them. Where no oxen are, the crib is clean, but much increase is by the strength of the ox. I like that. Without the work, you can keep your house nice and tidy, nice and clean, without doing any work. But if you want to increase, if you want to prosper, if you want to gain anything, you're going to have to do the work. And the oxen, this doesn't necessarily mean oxen. This could be workers, people helping you out, whatever. But it's, yeah, you can keep things nice and clean if you're not doing anything. But then you don't have any, you're not progressing either. Interesting. Verse 5. A faithful witness will not lie, but a false witness will utter lies. A scorner seeketh wisdom, and findeth it not, but knowledge is easy unto him that understandeth. Go from the presence of a foolish man, when thou perceivest not in him the lips of knowledge. The wisdom of the prudent is to understand his way, but the folly of fools is deceit. Fools make a mock at sin, but among the righteous there is favor. The heart knoweth his own bitterness, and a stranger doth not intermeddle with his joy. The house of the wicked shall be overthrown, but the tabernacle of the upright shall flourish. Interesting. Avoid the fools. When you realize that people are not really trying to learn, they're not there, they're not engaging with you in an honest desire to learn and understand, just leave the conversation. But I also like that fools make a mock at sin. In other words, this is saying fools don't believe in sin. In essence, that fools, you'll point out that what they're doing is wrong, what they're doing is sin, and they will mock you for it. So, there is no sin. Interesting. Verse 12. There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. Even in laughter the heart is sorrowful, and the end of that mirth is heaviness. The backslider in heart shall be filled with his own ways, and a good man shall be satisfied from himself. The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. In other words, don't believe everything you hear and only half of what you read. Right? Verse 16. A wise man feareth and departeth from evil, but the fool rageth and is confident. He that is soon angry dealeth foolishly, and a man of wicked devices is hated. Ooh, I like that one. He that is soon angry dealeth foolishly. We got to think about all these people who are angry at being misgendered, who are throwing tantrums on the street and all this stuff. Soon angry. These are people showing their foolishness. Anyways. Verse 18. The simple inherit folly, but the prudent are crowned with knowledge. The evil bowed before the good, and the wicked at the gates of the righteous. The poor is hated, even of his own neighbor, but the rich hath many friends. He that despiseth his neighbor sinneth, but he that hath mercy on the poor, happy is he. Do they not err that devise evil? But mercy and truth shall be to them that devise good. In all labor there is profit, but the talk of the lips tendeth only to penury. The crown of the wise is their riches, but the foolishness of fools is folly. A true witness delivereth souls, but a deceitful witness speaketh lies. In the fear of the Lord is strong confidence, and his children shall have a place of refuge. The fear of the Lord is a foundation to life, to depart from the snares of death. In the multitude of people is the king's honor, but in the want of people is the destruction of the prince. He that is low to wrath is of great understanding, but he that is hasty of spirit exalteth folly. Again, think about all those who are screaming and yelling and are very quick to anger. Anyways, I do like, in the multitude of people is the king's honor, but in the want of people is... This reminds me of David and Absalom, but it is when the people support the rulers, the leaders, then you know the leaders are good leaders. That is an honor to the people when the people are willing to follow and support them. When they're not willing to follow and support, then that is when you have destruction. It's the destruction of the prince. They're following the king, not the prince. Verse 30. A sound heart is the life of the flesh, but envy the rottenness of the bones. He that oppresseth the poor reproacheth his maker, but he that honoureth him hath mercy on the poor. The wicked is driven away in his wickedness, but the righteous hath hope in his death. Wisdom resteth in the heart of him that hath understanding, but that which is in the midst of fools is made known. Righteousness exalteth a nation, but sin is a reproach to any people. The king's favour is toward a wise servant, but his wrath is against him that causeth shame. So far, I think in all these Proverbs, most of them, as I think they're fairly easily understood in general. And I like the way they're written. I like Proverbs. That's the end of this chapter, and we will see you in the next. I wanted to add this to each of these videos of Proverbs, chapters 10 through 24, because I'm making only brief comments on some of the Proverbs, because each verse is its own separate proverb in these chapters. I want to extend this invitation to anybody listening. If you would like to make a comment on any of the Proverbs, post a comment or just ask me a question what I think of any of the Proverbs that I may have not made a comment about.